Good evening and welcome to the Whiskey Lovers Society with me, Gert Retief. Tonight we are looking at Maker's Mark 101, and it's been a journey for me going to the Americas, finding some Blantons for the first time in my life. Did a review. You can go look at my end card perhaps if I remember to add it there, but it was a nice one, straight from the barrel, 60.1% ABV. I like a good strong whiskey, and that really ticked all the boxes for me, so quite excited. Found another sample here in Belgium of all places, and that is the Maker's Mark 101. Now I'm going to do a little bit of a comparison, as you've seen in the thumbnail. I was thinking, do I just make it one video with the comparison, or do I split it two? Time is of the essence, and we don't want to spend too much time watching two videos, and if we can combine it with one. Now this one, the Maker's Mark 101, this is going to be my first time. I also bought the 45% ABV one. It seems like the entry level one, so I will do a review on that one soon. But I couldn't wait to try out the 101. It seems like, it seems like a little bit of an upscale from the normal version. Of course, done by the Maker's Mark distillery. It is bottled at 50.5% ABV, hence the 101. And it is a Kentucky straight bourbon, and of course still available here in Belgium, which was a little bit of a shock for me to find it after searching for quite a long time to get hold of this bottle. It is matured in charred white oak barrels, and cost-wise, if I look online in the US, it was about 45. Travel to Belgium, you're going to pay 68 to 70 euros for the same bottle here. So a little bit of a travel cost, a little bit more expensive, but of course we expect to pay a little bit more money for it. So color wise, it is a lovely color to it. It's a dark amber color, dark copper color. It's a little bit of a tint on it, a little bit of a reddish tint on it, so quite a nice color to it. A little bit of a viscosity, if you can hopefully see, there's a little bit of a viscosity with a little bit of a long slow legs forming. Quite excited about this one. My first opinion, my first reaction on a Maker's Mark 101. And by the way, love the bottle. I like the wax. It looks really nice. It's just a bastard to open these things. But anyway, on the whiskey, on the nose, cheers. It is lovely. Look, if you are a diabetic and you bring this to the nose, it's gonna definitely elevate your sugar levels immediately. It's a boldness, it's a sweetness, it's a jamminess that comes to mind. There's a little bit of a chocolate note coming out for me. There's a little bit of a orange peel oil coming out. It reminds me a little bit of a dried fruit component. There's a little bit of a vanilla note coming out. Toffee. A little bit of a honey note. It is just lovely. It is very sweet. I get a little bit of a strawberry jam, a very sweet strawberry jam. And then I get that corn note. And one thing that I picked up, and I'm sure my American friends is not going to know what I'm talking about, it's called carbons, or we call it plainly the Belgium noses. It's a candy, a soft candy. It looks like a nose or a little bit of a pyramid type of thing. I will put a picture on it, and you get all the different type of fruit flavors in this little candy noses. And I get that in it, that different flavors just popping out when you open up the bag. Quite nice, extremely sweet stuff. Of course, I only know it with a little bit of experience, not allowed to eat these things. But that is what I get in it. It is lovely on the nose. And this is something that I like a sweet whiskey. And if you are a lover of a sweet whiskey, you're not going to be disappointed in this one. Now it's 50.5% ABV, even with a little bit of an agitation. And you stick your nose in it, I don't get that alcohol. It is just that sweetness that comes out. There's no youthful note. That's not that ethanol note that comes out. That's not that little bit of that nail polish remover type of notes. I don't get any. Even if I take a deep breath, nothing. Now, I know I'm used to high ABV whiskies. And for me, it's really ticking the boxes for me. Now, we're going to have to taste it as well. So on the taste, cheers. It's lovely. It's definitely very sweet, even taking a little bit too big sip. It didn't really kick me in a whiskey that is 50.5% ABV. It's lovely. It's sweet. It's almost chewable. There's that carbons that I'm talking about is definitely coming in as well. That fruitiness, that different fruit flavors that you just mix in, and you get all those different kind of flavors popping out. That little bit of a strawberry jam is still there. There's a vanilla coming out. Not getting any of the chocolate note on it. But it is really nice, that fresh fruity component, that artificial component from the carbons. Oh, it's really nice. One more try. Also that alcohol, I'm not getting that high alcohol. It feels like it's 39, 38% ABV. But that sweetness, there's no tannins, there's no bitter notes, no nothing. It is just a lovely, sweet, loving whiskey, friendly whiskey. Definitely something that I would recommend. Wow, this is really nice. Now, comparison. I did pour myself the Wild Turkey 101. As you can see, the bottle is doing well. It's a really nice one, and what I did find, if you put it in a cocktail, it's also a fantastic whiskey. Normally I did not drink this one neat, but sometimes if I feel like going to that little core notes, the American whiskies, the bourbons, I tend to go for this one. And of course, if I feel a little bit decadent, I go to the Baines, the South African version of a bourbon, and I look at the Baines 18-year-old or the newly found, discovered 15-year-old Baines. The Wild Turkey 101 compared, of course, to the Maker's Mark. Cheers. Completely different for me. The Maker's Mark, small glass, and then the Wild Turkey 101. Completely different. The Maker's Mark is much sweeter on the nose. It feels like a much bolder nose. It feels like it's got more depth, more dark, friendly notes coming out. The Wild Turkey 101 feels a little bit lighter. It's got a little bit more of that corn influence in it. That corn sweetness that's unmistakably bourbon. But both of them are quite pleasant. I just want to quickly taste the Wild Turkey 101. But it is good as well. Both of them are really nice, but both of them are completely different from nose to taste for me. Now, Just one sip more. For me, I just want to make sure. Cheers. Very difficult to decide. But for today, I having this 2 glasses in my hand. Color-wise, you can see this Maker's Mark is a little bit more darker. But bring that darkness, a little bit of a green note appearing now. Cut flower note. I must admit, today I am picking the Maker's Mark 101. It is fantastic. Love it to bits. And of course, that is my pick of the day. Which one would you pick as the winner? Let me know in the comment. And of course, as usual, please remember to like, share and subscribe and help out some children in South Africa. So that's me. Cheers.